Hey guys, welcome back to our series of snippet videos from my membership website, fromthefield.farm. And today's video is actually going to be one of the subject videos that I publish on the site. So each week I do a featured video, which is a long form video, up to an hour, sometimes more than an hour long. And then I do a Q&A type podcast thing, which is usually around an hour. But then sometimes I publish these little subject videos that are just short, concise, to the point videos on something specific. In this case, they're talking about microleeks, which is a really interesting crop if you're doing microgreens for the culinary scene. And Kirsten from Micro Acres is going to be talking about microleeks. So enjoy. And if you want to see more stuff like this, head over to fromthefield.farm. If you're seeing this video close to the time that it's published, this membership is open only for this time period. So it's April 5th to April 19th. Sign up within that time frame and become a member of fromthefield.farm. We've got thousands of people in here, and it's a really tight community. There's a discussion forum, and the conversations are totally focused on content. There's no trolls or haters in here. It's just people discussing techniques and ideas and the content. So it's really, really specific and focused and is highly educational. So enjoy this one, and hope to see you in fromthefield.farm. All right. So these are Microleeks.
So these guys get planted on both Sundays and Tuesdays. We seed them at 45 grams per 10 by 20 flat. We don't soak our leeks. You can soak them, and we started out soaking them, but we found that there was just no difference. Right. So saving time, we just don't soak them anymore. We grab our leeks from Mum's Sprouting Seeds, located here in Saskatchewan in Canada. And yeah.
Well, how much yield do you get per flat on
right
those?
now we're getting about
50 grams or something?
Per yield we're getting about almost 8 ounces.
Per flat.
Get out.
Yeah, per flat.
I guess that's when it's more.
So
let's see here.
So getting these guys, so we're cutting, it's pretty thick and density. So these are running 45 grams. So we're running about 220 to 240 grams off of these. With about...
That's half a pound.
Half a pound per tray.
Damn.
So that's the biggest thing. And so again, why we do recommendation was soaking, again, saving labor. And again, also getting a little bit more even spreading of the seed.
Yeah, they're a lot easier to spread when they're dry.
The only thing we kind of started learning about is we did around day 3, day 2, is we do another big overspritz and bottom water.
Oh,
during germination.
During germination.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so that's what we kind of learned, because they were getting a little spotty, like some of these guys here and there. They just don't. Yeah. So a little bit's germination, a little bit is just seed not being in that area.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing we found was right around that 48 hours, 72 hour mark, in between there, big over, just nice big spray over and a big bottom water.
Yeah.
So real soaking.
Big
just
soaking,
really
and that gets a secondary push almost. So you get a little bit of the white tail coming through, but we find we don't do that. The hulls dry just a little bit, and they don't get that high yield, and they don't get, maybe we're down to about 60% germination. From right now we're running about 95%.
So wow, so from seeding, how many days are they germinating, or how many hours?
We're finding right now from seeding to cut, the ideal is around 16 days.
Okay, so 16 days total DTM.
Yep.
What is the seeding to uncovering?
We're running right now 6.5 days.
6.5 days?
Yeah, between 6 and 7, depending on, we right now run about 55% humidity and about 72, 73 degrees down here.
Yeah.
And that's the same in our germinating area as well. We're finding right around the 6.5 day mark is perfect. When they're just about an inch tall, give or take, we're finding that's pretty much perfect to pop them in the light. And then after that, they're running about another 10 days, and they're getting about, every 4 days, growing about an inch or so, yeah.
Wow. It's a microgreen that not a lot of people do.
No.
And it seems, from what I've seen of different onion varieties, this seems like the best. I've seen people try micro chives, micro garlic.
Yeah.
We tried micro garlic.
We tried garlic too. Didn't yield as well. We didn't really it had the garlicky. For this, it's that profile base, so it's appeasing to a lot of populace.
Yeah.
It's an onion. So anything, and it's really easy to convey to the general public. So if people love onion, you can sub it out restaurants. What do you shallots and what do you use onions in? It's a great segue into conversation with chefs. It's a micro herb that's not just that traditional one. It's a radish, a pea shoot. It's something that's very unique.
Not tricky to grow.
It's not tricky to grow. It's just fun and it smells good and
unbelievably pungent.
It's incredible. Yeah, the aromas and the effervescence, like when you lift that hood up from the germinating, you gain that sweet scallion, and it's...
Even on the ones germinating, so today's Tuesday, we planted those on Sunday. You can smell, you lift the cover, and it's just like,
wow.
Yeah, and the effervescence, that's how you bring it to your clients, and that's how we love it here. It makes the farm smell nice. But again, bringing this on a business perspective, we can bring this to anybody, and it sells itself in a lot of respects. It's unique, it's different, and it's a very approachable microgreen.
And it's pretty.
And
it's pretty.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then, okay, so people are going to ask, I asked this earlier, but I want to get on camera, is the hulls.
Yep.
Not really an issue.
Not really an issue. So we have some of our chefs, we have some Japanese restaurants that work with us quite a bit on a sushi base. So they cut the hulls off. They like it more just kind of the straight leek aspect. We have a lot of chefs that love it because it's almost be dehydrated. So you get that crunch added. So it's a mixed texture. So you get the really nice soft leek base to it, which is fantastic. But you're also mixing in the hulls and getting the crunch. So it's a great little balance to the palate when you're eating them.
Yeah.
So it's great. It's nice up to the chef. Chefs can choose. No right or wrong way to do it. Man, it's lovely.
Very cool. That's brilliant.